Stamping friends, it's Marilyn here at Stamping Creations with Marilyn. Kind of have fly away here today. It has been really windy here in Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. Coming to you today on a Thursday evening again to share a card with you and a few other items. Just working towards using my stamp sets that are going to be retiring, and I know if you are like me, you've probably got a few of those yourself. So I've been going through the catalog and trying to case or copy and share everything, as it's called, some of the samples that are in the catalog, and I thought I would share one of those with you tonight. So hello Bonnie, hello Lori, I did see your name there, so welcome. I must be in the right place because you guys are here with me. I love having you here. Thank you for coming on, saying hello, letting me know where you're watching from and what kind of day you've had. Has it been a good day? Not so good? You know, let's share. That's what we're here for. Have a few things to go over on my desk when I get you turned down there. Reminder that of the classes that I do have, I have a monthly card class, a monthly Christmas card class, Stamp-A-Stack usually once a month, and of course our Zoom with Friends on Friday, which we all have so much fun with. And anytime you would like to join us for that, just let me know. So hello Karen and Sharon, I saw your name go by. Good to see you. I'm not going to try and name them all, but I'm glad you're here. And as I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see my desktop, the question I have for you tonight is, and it came to me today when I was frantically making a bunch of birthday cards I needed for April, and I had stuff everywhere on I have two tables that I work on. Tell us what kind of setup you have. Do you have a desk? Do you have a table? Do you have just a little corner of your kitchen table? Like that works too. And are you a clean crafter or a messy crafter? Do you clean up after each project or after each step of each project? Or what do you do? Let me know, and as I read them I will partake and let you know a little bit about how I do things. So I'm going to turn the camera down and try to line it up properly. And there you can see my work surface, and I can see your comments, so that's good. Good. I have my dining room table and leave a mess all over. Sharon, that's okay too. There's no right or wrong. It's just interesting to know how people do things. And I'm sure part of that comes with personality. If you were always neat and tidy and want everything in its place, sometimes it's hard to leave it all over when you're crafting. I personally do have a place for everything. And honestly, if you saw the floor over here now where I'm getting ready for the Christmas card class next week, you wouldn't believe that, but I have a system. I have baskets that I keep my stuff in as, just a minute, I'll show you that. It's a basket like this, which holds, will hold an 8.5 by 11 paper. I usually have a paper towel in it because after I'm getting ready, I put my stamps like this so they don't have ink all over everything. And when I do a class, I have one basket per project. So for me, that works. Those baskets came from, I believe, the dollar store. They weren't too much, and I have probably 10 of them or something because I like to keep them in the baskets when I'm, like I say, when I'm getting ready for a class. And if I have 5 cards in this class and 5 in that one, I need 10 of them. So that's it. So keep commenting, keep letting me know what works for you guys. And we'll carry on. I will go over a few things, and I have quite a pile of cards to share with you tonight for show and tell. As some of you might have read, this is my birthday week, and I have lots of birthday cards as well as lots of swap cards. So we'll get to those at the end. But to begin with, Waves of the Ocean. You know that it has been around since the 1st of March, and already the foil and the rhinestones are sold out. I did look today, and there is still some of the paper, and the stamp set and dies do carry over in the new catalog. They are there. I have the new catalog. I can't show it to you, but I have it and they are there. I can confirm that. So if you're interested in that paper, which we did use here a couple of weeks ago, it's gorgeous paper, different blues, greens, even some yellow and some Coastal Cabana in there. So yeah, Daffodil Delight, Petal Pink, so lots of different colors and so many samples out there on Facebook and Pinterest now that you can certainly copy and make lots of neat things with. The other thing that's happening until May 2nd is the All Together bundle. This has stamp set, dies, black and white paper, and markers, or blends, sorry. And for this bundle, this collection, what do they call it? I guess it's a collection. These do not carry over. The only thing that carries over are the blends. And right now, some of those are on back order until May 3rd. So if you're interested in getting these, sooner than later is a better policy. I did go, like I say, I went on the website today and I couldn't believe how many things out of the annual catalog that we're currently using are already discontinued. They are sold out. Stamp sets like the men's with the tie, remember it had the dies for the ties and the V-neck and everything, that one's sold out. I thought, oh boy, things are going quick. So, but before we get to that, Stamping Staycation. Some of you on here have registered already. I thank you so much. I'm looking forward to creating with you on May 7th. Others are still, there's still lots of room to register because it's a virtual event. There is no limit to how many. And please share with your friends and family, whoever you think would like to come from, no matter where they are, because it is virtual. It is 5 hours of video, tutorials, stamping, tips and tricks, laughter, some boo-boos. We won't say that we're always perfect, but we have a great time doing that for you. So please share and come and enjoy with us from anywhere in the world. We would love to have you there. Registration can be here, or you can find me on Facebook, on my website, on YouTube, all over the place. Just reach out to me and I'll send you the information. We'd love to have you there. And any questions, you know how to find me. So annual catalog. Tonight I'm using a product that I've had sitting in my cupboard for a long time and haven't used. I think I used half a piece before, but I'll just show you where it is. Kathleen, welcome. Glad you're looking forward to staycation. This paper lattice comes in a package. It's 20% off, and I don't know, like I didn't go through and mark off what's sold out already, but it is 10 of these lattices. Lattices? Is that how you say that? Or would it be latte? Anyway, 10 of these. And they're just really a cute addition to whatever you're doing. So I thought, okay, I haven't used these yet. I'd better get with it and try them. So they were regular $8.25. They're now $6.60. And you could, if you wanted to, you could certainly put embellishments on each one of these. I guess there is a right and a wrong. This side is raised a little more, so I just put my liquid glue there to hold it down on the card that I'm going to make. So that's where that is. And I didn't have one of those out. And then the stamp set I'm using is Flowing Flowers. And it is on page 36 of this catalog. And I really like it. It's one of the distinctive stamp sets, so you only have to stamp once and you've got shading. The writing is, or the font, I guess it's called, is really nice. And this one really hit home, sending a card instead of a text. I don't know how many of you do texting. We, in our family, certainly do. And I kind of like it because I don't delete mine right away. And then if I forgot something, I can always go back to it. So here is the set. And like I said, I've been going through thinking, okay, I'm going to try and copy what Stampin' Up! Has given us for samples. So this is basically what I'm going to make tonight, plus adding the lattice in behind it. So I will use the Stamparatus. I'm going to use sponge daubers and ink and just put it together. It's not going to take us too long, so please keep commenting, keep visiting. And any suggestions you have for this set or anything else that is retiring, please share, because we all, I'm sure, have sets that are going to be hardly loved at all by the time they're done. So behind my Stamparatus, I like to put a case with black so I can see where my stamps are and how they're lined up. And then I usually only grab one magnet for my stamping. And I don't usually go right into the corner with my card stock. So that's why these little lines here, I usually stamp over here somewhere. And because I set this up earlier, I will certainly test it out before I stamp on it. So this is how my card turned out. You can see, hopefully, that, oh, that looks, this is where the layers, actually the one with the leaf is over there. So I think I stamped it and then I decided which way was up. And then I stamped the happy birthday, and I did use sending a card instead of a text inside it. So to do that, first of all, I'm going to place this on there, and that's basically, or I could have had it over here. I don't remember. And as you can see by this, that's maybe a little better. So then what I did, because I wanted to use the bumblebee, which is retiring, and while I'm on that note, when I was on the Stampin' Up! Website today, the refills for all of the retiring in colors except cinnamon cider were already sold out. So hopefully if you were looking for those, you got them, or you're out of luck. So all I'm doing is dabbing ink off my stamp pad onto the stamps, and just around, no rhyme nor reason. The only one on this one, I'm not going to go where the leaves are, as you can understand why. So really on the other two, because they're only with the yellow, I could have just turned the stamp over, but I wanted kind of a muted outline look. And again, as we all know, with using the Stamparatus, if I don't like exactly how dark it is when I'm done, I can pick it up and do it again. And then the Soft Succulent is another one that's an in color, but it's staying. Just looking to see, okay, which batch is it from? And that's what I used for my paper, my cardstock, and then for these leaves. So an easy way to color and use different colors. Then the only thing, hello Betty, good to see you. You do have to moisten this, and I don't want to use water because I don't want it running all over, so I'm just going to huff on it. We used to bug my mom, I can remember, and our kids did when she was dealing with grandkids too. She would clean her glasses and she would go on her glasses to steam them up so she could clean them. And we would always say, Mom, why do you say ha at your glasses? So I'm going to do that on my Stamparatus and see if it works. Whoops, might have to do it again. So there is my stamping. Could be a little bit darker up there. And I don't think will affect much of the rest of it if I just do this. And on this one, a little bit more in there. And I am going to redo the green. And we'll see how that works. So as we've often said, there is no mistakes in stamping. It's chances for embellishments. And this is kind of like a mystery stamping because you don't know what's going to happen when you lift that. Still not quite too dark, but that will do. So then what I did was I'm going to stamp my happy birthday, and I think I am going to turn it like that again. Do not, it's recommended not to leave your plate in your Stamparatus, and also don't put something on top of it like your stamp case because it will stick. Ask me how I know that. Yes, I have done that a time or two. I'm sure none of you have ever done that, right? Hi, Nicole. Welcome back. Good to see you. So, if you didn't catch my question in the beginning, I would like to know if you are a clean crafter or a messy crafter. Do you clean up lots as you go? Or do you clean up at the end? Or do you never clean up and just leave everything all over and know where everything is anyway? So I am going to do my happy birthday. And while I have that ink, I am going to do the inside with my sending a card instead of a text. You'll notice I have my words mounted kitty corner because then I'm looking at the words when I go to line them up, and that's not bad, instead of looking at the block. Just a little bit of a trick that helps me. It may not help everybody, but it does me. So that's what I do. So, okay. Then I have my card base, which is a regular 8.5 by 5.5. This is going to go on the inside, and as I mentioned, I'm going to put this on just to give it a bit of texture behind there. And before I put this on, I will put some of the soft, succulent satin shimmer ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Just reminds me of way back when we had bridesmaid dresses and stuff that were that satin grad dresses, those kind of things. So I'm going to mount this right side up. So Betty, try to clean after, especially if I can't finish in one sitting. I don't know where you craft, if you have a room or whatever, Betty. Someday I'd like to come visit, and then we'll know. But I do mine downstairs, and I can, when I'm done, I can just leave everything and clean it up the next day, which is really handy. So let's share what works for us. Everybody's different. There's no right or wrong. And I find as well that I change from time to time. I know there's lots of people that do crafting room videos and whatever to show you what their crafting room looks like. And I'm not going to do that. You're always welcome to come and see what mine looks like, but if I see an idea that I think will work for me, I will try it. And I'm not above changing to try something different. Okay, so that's all I did was I put a little bit more than I should have by the looks of it there. Dabs of glue, make sure I got it on the card the right way. Who else has done that? Put it totally on the wrong side. So this I'm going to put on with dimensionals. And once again, my dimensional sheet has got quite empty. And I'm just going to use the edges because they are just as sticky as the rest. So I'll get them ready. Whoops, except it's stuck to my fingernail. Okay, maybe that one's not going to work. And then I'm going to put the ribbon on the card rather than on the back of this layer. Just that way I can place it where I want it instead of guessing where it's going to show up. So I want to put this about there. Therefore, I'm going to take my trusty ribbon scissors and just cut a couple pieces of those and place them underneath. Sorry for all the noise, with my glue dots. So a neat trick is to be able to, most of the time, pick up your glue dot like that off of the roll. Now I want mine going opposite directions, so therefore, and I do want them to extend a little bit below the lattice. We're not going opposite directions, but that's okay. So I think something like that. Then I'm going to peel the backings off of these. And I haven't been watching, but I will go back and read all your comments. Don't ever think I don't. And put your name in the draw for next week and whatever. But please keep commenting to each other. It is a community and we share, and there's no right or wrong to any of it. So about there. And as always, you can always move that if you don't press too hard on it to set it. But once I do this, it's pretty hard to move it again. So then the only other thing left to make it the same as that is the opal rounds that I put on. And you can use whatever tool works for you. Sometimes I use the scissors like this, like a pair of tweezers. Sometimes I use the take your pick tool, and I have some little tweezers that I use. If I'm doing lots of this, I have the tweezers out on my desk and use them. So lots of different ideas for you to use. So there is our card. They look pretty much the same, a little bit different in coloring, but that's because of the way I did color it. I am not sure how you would get if you use the stamp pads, and maybe some of you can tell me. If I used a stamp pad all over, it's going to end up with this being the yellow as well. How would you get it green? Any ideas? Let me know what you think. And while you're doing that, I'll just show you those cards. Thanks, Linda. Yes, I do think they're pretty. They will certainly work for some birthday cards for me. And I have lots that I'm getting out here in April. I also want to show you this without trying to markers, Nicole. Yes, good idea. Yes, you could. I have a case for my sponge daubers. So it is one of our, which we don't sell anymore, one of our larger Stampin' Up cases. And a friend of mine has a 3D printer, and she wanted to No, if I had daubers so she could see what size they were so she could make an insert for, somebody had asked her or some company had. And when she returned the daubers and the case, inside it was my grid to hold them. So lucky me, that was very good. So I'm sure she's selling them on Etsy now, because that's where she sells her stuff. She's also the one who makes these glue holders. Be patient, Sharon. Yes, yes. Standard joke with us and Sharon that Sharon's birthday is October, so she has to wait a little bit. So those are our cards for tonight. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you'll do something similar and share with us. I love, like I say, I love the community we have, and I love everybody sharing and with each other. So now for my show and tell. This is a card I received using it's a designer paper in the annual catalog that is retiring. Bunch of trees. And that is from Kendra. This is one using that new Waves of the Ocean set. And that one is from Bonnie. And I thank each and every one of you for all your cards. I love them. Dennis gets tired of me saying, I'm going for my happy mail. This one is from Roz. Thank you ever so much, Roz. It is done with the hydrangea paper. And look at all the little flowers that she punched out, die cut. I don't have that set, so I'm not sure if they were die cut or punched. And then she has this paper on the inside. This is from Tracy. And she has die cut some of the shimmer vellum in the end colors. And that will be gone as of the... thank you, Betty. As of the end of the catalog, or when it's sold out, as we are finding out today that so much of that. This is a set that was in the holiday catalog, and what she's done there, it's rough, shiny, and it looks like it's done with an embossing folder, not an embossing folder. You know what I mean. So kind of a neat layout for a card. That's from Iris. Mask. That's what I'm looking for. Like a mask. This one is the Symbols of Fortune bundle that's in the mini catalog right now. And it's from Rhonda. And I've got to show you this. Look at, just pay attention. It stands up like this. Isn't that neat? Yes, Karen, thank you. Mask. That's what I was looking for. And then your words on the inside. So a really neat card. Just an extra layer, like a fold here and then an extra layer on it. So it's a card we could do sometime if you're interested. This one's from Nancy. Pineapple makes you think of Hawaii, holidays. Did hear on the news tonight that people want to get passports in 2 weeks to go traveling. Not going to happen. They are so busy with passports. So hopefully if you're traveling, you've got your passport already. So some fussy cutting around the words. I love how that is. And the black and white paper, I'm guessing that is from the Altogether set. Or it might be from that host bundle that is in the annual catalog. Now these, I'll show you these two at once. From two different friends, and these are from Made with Napkins. Any of you who were with us Friday at our last Friday Zoom class, Zoom with Friends, we made a card like this, and it has napkins adhered to cardstock and then die cut around it. Aren't they gorgeous? So that's from Linda and from Faye. This one's from Sharon. Some cutting around the flower. Can't remember which set that's from, sorry. Love the words, and again, love the words inside, Sharon, thank you. And last but definitely not least is a slimline card from Karen, and it has the peaches with a, that's time worn, I think, behind it, Karen. I know you're on here, so maybe you can confirm that. But great, such a great time of year. So thank you, everyone. And Don't see anything drastic there. So the only other thing I have left is last week's card was this one that we made, and I will bring the wheel over and we'll do a spinorama. Yes, time-worn embossing folder. Thanks, Karen. So, we have lots of names, and Linda, napkin cards are slightly addicting. No kidding. And you can make so many. The way we did it, most of the napkins you can cut into 4, so you get 4 cards at once kind of thing. So it was a pretty awesome deal. So I'm going to spin. And sorry, no sounds on there because I turned the sound down. Betty! Congratulations, Betty. Please message me your mailing address and I will send that card to you. And any of the rest of you, if you have any questions or concerns or suggestions for next week's class, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to continue going through my sets and dies and whatever that are retiring and try to use them, show them just a little more love before they do retire on May the 2nd. So hopefully you've had a good evening, and we will chat to you all later. Take care.